Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into a beloved piece of literature that perfectly captures that hilarious divide between who people claim to be and who they actually are when the pressure is on. We're looking at Ogden Nash's classic 10 English poem, The Tale of Custard the Dragon. It's this brilliantly funny ballad about a cowardly dragon who, quite unexpectedly, discovers true courage. So whether you're studying for an exam or you just love a fantastic story with a really solid moral, this explainer is going to break down everything you need to know about Custard and his very unusual friends. Let's get into it. So here's our game plan for today. First, we'll meet the unusual pets. Second, the pirates' sudden attack. Third, characters and true courage. Fourth, unpacking poetic devices. And finally, the final takeaway.
Section 1. Meet the unusual pets. Belinda's Little White House.
Nash sets his poem in a quaint little white house where a young girl named Belinda lives with a very vocal cast of pets. We've got Ink, a black kitten who claims to be very brave. Then there's Blink, the gray mouse, who calls himself courageous. Next is Mustard, a yellow dog who loudly declares that he is brave and strong. And finally, we have Custard. He is a literal dragon, yet his claimed bravery level is absolutely zero. He constantly begs for a nice, safe cage, and because of this, Belinda and all the other pets just relentlessly mock him.
Now, what's really wild here is the central irony. It's totally upside down. On one hand, we have the boasters, a tiny kitten, a little mouse, and a dog who all talk a massive game. On the other hand, we have the so-called coward. Custard is a mythical, fire-breathing beast. He is undeniably the physically strongest creature in that entire house, but he's judged entirely on his outward anxiety rather than his actual inherent capabilities.
Section 2. The pirates' sudden attack. The ultimate stress test. Look, it's super easy to boast when there's literally no danger around, right? But suddenly the peace of that little white house is completely shattered. A fierce, armed pirate bursts right through the door. He's dangerous, he's carrying weapons, and his intention to cause harm is crystal clear. The threat is real and it's immediate. Belinda, who just a minute ago was happily joining in on teasing Custard, is instantly paralyzed with fear. She becomes completely helpless, totally terrified by the pirate's appearance, and just starts desperately crying out for help.
And, when that pirate enters, the truth immediately comes out. Step 1, the pirate is there, looking absolutely fierce. Step 2, Ink, Blink, and Mustard, the guys who just couldn't stop bragging about how courageous they were, instantly lose their nerve and scatter. Ink runs to the bottom of the house, Blink hides, and Mustard flees. But step 3, look who actually rises to the challenge. Custard, the dragon who just wanted a safe cage, unleashes a terrifying fiery defense. With sharp teeth and powerful claws, he attacks and literally swallows the pirate whole, saving everyone. No way, right?
Section 3. Characters and true courage. The aftermath of the attack. Now, if you thought those boastful pets were going to learn their lesson, well, Nash throws us a hilarious reality check. Immediately after being saved, Ink, Blink, and Mustard go right back to their old habits. They start boasting again. They claim how they would have handled the pirate if they hadn't been, caught off guard. Even Belinda joins in on this. Meanwhile, Custard remains completely modest. He doesn't argue, he doesn't demand respect, he's humble, kind, and just goes right back to wishing for his safe cage. So, what does this all mean for us? Let's break it down. First, true courage. Bravery is proven through your actions when the pressure is on, not through big words. Second, appearance versus reality. Custard appeared weak because he was actually honest about his fears, yet he turned out to be the bravest of them all. Third, boasting and humility. Quiet humility holds so much more value than loud, empty pride. And finally, never judge someone based on assumptions. The characters who seemed strong on the outside were totally weak, and the one who seemed weak possessed incredible inner strength. Section 4. Unpacking poetic devices. How Nash tells the story. Okay, to really get how Nash builds this humor, we gotta look under the hood at the mechanics. The foundational device here is the format itself. The Tale of Custard the Dragon is written as a ballad, and a ballad is simply a narrative poem that tells a story, often with a very specific rhythm and rhyme scheme. Nash takes this traditional, usually serious storytelling format and uses it to deliver a highly comedic, incredibly ironic tale. But beyond just being a ballad, Nash uses a few other tricks. Repetition is a major one. He constantly repeats descriptions of the pets boasting and of Custard crying for a cage. This builds a rhythmic, almost musical quality that really amplifies the comedy. He also uses rich imagery. When you read this, you get these vivid, cinematic pictures in your head of the terrifying pirate, Custard's fiery assault, and just the sheer chaos of that action scene. And of course, the whole thing is driven by humor and irony, specifically situational irony, where the designated coward is the only actual hero.
And just listen to this detail, the pirate's beard is compared to a rope. Nash uses similes like this to paint a vivid, slightly absurd picture of the threat. It doesn't just give us a visual, it really adds to that exaggerated storybook feel. It perfectly balances the real danger of the pirate with the fun, lighthearted tone of the ballad.
Which brings us to Section 5, the final takeaway, appearance versus reality. When we pull all these threads together, it's pretty clear Ogden Nash isn't just trying to get a laugh out of us. He is celebrating humility, honesty, and true heroism. This poem leaves us with a really powerful message. True bravery is not about making arrogant claims when times are easy. It's about being honest with your vulnerabilities and stepping up to face danger head-on when it actually arrives. Custard, the mocked and fearful little dragon, is the absolute ultimate testament to this. It's so easy to talk a big game when the waters are calm, isn't it? But character is revealed in the storm. So I'm going to leave you to reflect on your own definition of courage with this final thought. When real danger strikes, will you be a boaster hiding in a mouse hole, or will you be the dragon? Thank you so much for watching this explainer. Keep learning, and we'll see you next time.